Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Dreampark. We are here to commemorate the completion of the final component of the Dreampark Improvements Project, the arts component. I'm Gary Fenton, Director of Recreation and Parks for the city, and we've worked with a lot of people from the community and our staff and other city departments to make this day come along. The last piece of this project is a long ways from the beginning of the project, and we certainly have reason to celebrate. And with us today are Mayor Alan Thomas, also Councilmember Rose Glover, and Councilmember Candy Smith, our City Manager Barbara Lipscomb is also with us, and Economic Development Director Manager Carl Reese. Where's Carl? I saw him. There he is. Thank you, Carl. Our Park Superintendent Mark Gillespie is here. Our Recreation Superintendent Shauna Krewald. Various members of our staff, too numerous to mention, but all of them have one way or another have been involved in this project, the entire Dreampark project actually. It's been managed, the whole project has been managed by our parks planner, LaMarco Morrison, but again, most everybody on the staff had one role or another in this project. You may know that a typical park in Greenville's park system does not have an arts component, but I hope that's a temporary condition, and that someday we'll be able to say that most of the parks in our park system do have an arts component, and in maybe one or two it will be the main reason that the park exists, to promote and celebrate the arts. It was about 2 years ago when we gathered here on this property to break ground for the Dreampark Improvement Project. The place looked a lot different than it does today. And just less than a year ago, we gathered in that shelter over there to cut the ribbon on the park and Splash Point, the city's first spray ground. Later in the day, we will have a group of kids from the PAL program, the Police Athletic League program, come over and utilize this spray ground just to add a little bit to the festive nature. It will open for the season, I think, on June the 16th, but it's open on the weekends right now, and it's free to the kids. It is, again, our first spray ground in the whole city. I'm confident it's not going to be the last spray ground. We have a lot of people asking for more. Among others, Mayor Alan Thomas was here for both of those events, the groundbreaking and the ribbon cutting. And he joins us again today as we continue this celebration. Please help me welcome to the podium the Honorable Alan Thomas, Mayor of the City of Greenville.
Thank you, Gary. Appreciate it. Well, what a beautiful day and another beautiful opportunity to celebrate what this piece of ground represents for this community. And this project, as Gary alluded to, did not begin 2 years ago. It did not begin 5 years ago. It did not begin 10 years ago. A group of citizens came together, I guess, Rose, what was it, early 80s?
It was 1995.
Well, 1995 is when it got serious. The discussions have been going on for years, this community, about using this space and trying to find something to bring your community together. And one of the things that excited us about having the spray park here and an area of use in the community, many of us take for granted that many times we can just get in our car and if we want to go to the beach, we can just drive to Atlantic Beach and go to other areas. But there are different parts of this city that this is their home away from home. They can come here with a grandparent or with a parent and walk this park, have a chance to spend some time with their family. Some people don't have the means to go other places. This provides a wonderful oasis in this community that we're very excited about. And adding another piece of that oasis, the arts component, we feel in Greenville is so significant. We are so excited about the theme as it ties in with the Dreampark, and we're so excited about, hopefully this is just the first step of many pieces of art that we provide in our parks throughout the city. So on behalf of the city, as mayor, we're excited to be here to once again to bring the next step, and we hope you're back here for more. I'm still a little wet from when we cut the ribbon last time. We're out here in our suits getting wet in the splash ground. So if you notice, we have you have greenery, you have a garden that's out here. So many elements of this park this really adds to. So again, excited to be here on behalf of the city. It's a wonderful day and another great step here in our park system in the city of Greenville. Thank you so much.
Mr. Rose? Yeah, you will. I'll get it. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. Yes, as the mayor pointed out, you know, a lot has been going on. Yeah, we cut the ribbon in 2013, broke ground a year before that. but it was many years before that when some area residents began envisioning what this park could be instead of what it was. And now their vision is a reality. And one of the people who latched onto that vision many years ago and wouldn't let it go no matter what was Councilmember Rose Glover. She represents the 2nd District here in Greenville. And please welcome Councilmember Rose Glover.
Good evening. Pardon me for sitting down. I've been having a problem with my leg. I'm supposed to be on bed rest, but I couldn't miss this opportunity to be here today because this has been an exciting time for our community. And to all of you who had parts in it, we say thank you. And we appreciate what you've done to make our park beautiful. To the Parks and Recreation Department, I want to say thank you to you all as well. I'm not going to call names because I'll miss somebody out, but I do want to call out DeMarco, who was the head of this project and saw forth for everything getting done. So I say thank you to you and all the other Parks and Rec people who had something to do with it. Like you said, I guess we started a new thing in the city. We're going to be getting a lot of requests for water parks. I happened to see this idea in California, Cathedral City, California. Actually, their water park and their playground was right in front of City Hall, not separated from City Hall. It was actually incorporated into City Hall, and I thought that was real neat. So I hope nobody goes down to City Hall and tries to get wet in the water down there. But that's why I'm glad we have this here. And so I think there's only one person here other than myself, and that's Howard Connor, who started out with this dream. And you were right, Mayor Thomas, it started like in '87, talking about it. And we got our first rendering done by an ECU student in '95. So we worked on it. We put fence up, little playground equipment. But it's been a long time coming. It's been decades coming. And my kids didn't have the opportunity. I live right around the corner here. My kids didn't have the opportunity to have a park to play in. But I'm glad that the kids growing up today will have the opportunity to have somewhere to play. Because, you know, if you have a healthy park, you'll have a healthy community. And I just want to thank everyone for coming. And we welcome you to come back, bring your kids back so they can get wet and enjoy our park with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Glover. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Allen was the co-founder of Microsoft, and he once said, "In my own philanthropy and business endeavors, I have seen the critical role that the arts play in stimulating creativity and developing vital communities. The arts have a crucial impact on our economy and are an important catalyst for learning, discovering, and achievement in our country." And former Texas Congresswoman Barbara Jordan once said, "What is there that can transcend deep differences and stubborn divisions? The arts. Art has the potential to unify. It can speak in many languages without a translator. The arts do not discriminate. The arts can lift us up." There's probably no one in Pitt County who knows these things better than our next guest, whose efforts were essential to helping us get to this day. Please welcome Holly Garriott, Executive Director of the Pitt County Arts Council. Holly?
Thank you so much. A lot's changed in Greenville since I moved here in '98, and it changes faster and faster every year. And a lot of that has to do with our incredible city staff. I've really enjoyed working with them, and it's so exciting now working with the Recreation and Parks Department. The staff has just been incredible, not only with implementation, but with their vision. And I think that is the biggest thing when it comes to the arts and to our community, is being able to envision a better quality of life. And the arts do that. We also understand exactly what Gary said within that quote, that the arts help with economic development, they help with safety, and they help generate a pride within our community. And working with the ECU School of Art and Design for this project also is wonderful, and I want to thank Hannah Jabran, who's the area coordinator for sculpture in the School of Art and Design. Hannah was instrumental in not only making this happen initially, but also helping the artist complete the project. So I just want to thank Hannah so much. Also, these two artists worked really very hard this last year. We started out with a competition with ECU School of Art and Design students to come up with concepts for a sculpture and also benches, which we'll get to see all of them in a little bit. And Katie McGeehan was chosen for the sculptural component, and Aisling Millar was chosen for the benches, and they were just so wonderful to work with. I think it built hopefully a wonderful professional experience for them, and the staff, LaMarco and Mark, were just so wonderful to work with, guiding the whole process. But again, hopefully this is the first of arts components throughout all the parks in Greenville. That's our goal. So watch out. All right, thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you, Holly. Now, of course, there are two other people here who, shall we say, were somewhat instrumental in envisioning an artistic piece and putting their vision on paper and ultimately making it three-dimensional. And as Holly mentioned, they're with us today, Aisling and Katie. And we will ask, when the time comes, Katie to help us unveil this piece behind me, and Aisling to help us unveil the benches over beyond the playground there. With any luck, their work will be enjoyed by visitors to Dreampark for decades to come. And I've spoken with some of you before about how one of the things I love about my profession is its legacy work. We don't develop parks just for today's people. And when we look at our older parks in our communities, we realize that they've been around for many, many, many years, impacting many, many, many people, and will impact many, many more who aren't even born yet. And the people who developed Elm Street Park, for instance, most of them are deceased today, but their work keeps impacting people. And I think these artistic pieces in our park will do the same thing, and we're excited about that. Before we unveil the two arts projects that we'll now call Dreampark Home, I want to share the signage that will be part of each. These are mock-ups of the signs that will be placed on these two pieces of art with the artist's name. The benches, again, were created by Aisling, who has a real vision herself. She says they've been inspired by the changing environment around us and how each and every season has some visually stunning elements. And they're called seasons. And you'll see what that's all about in a few minutes. Now, if Katie and Mayor Thomas, Councilmember Glover, can gather around this piece, and maybe Dustin can step forward, our park ranger, and we'll ask him to assist if need be. We'll prepare to unveil this sculpture, which is entitled Spread Your Wings. And the signage that's going to be on this piece of sculpture reads, Spread Your Wings by Katie Duffy McGeehan. To dream that you are flying signifies a sense of freedom, where you had initially felt restricted or limited. For anyone who feels restricted, limited, lost, or low, sit here, take a deep breath, and spread your wings.
This one is fall and winter.
Beautiful.